What's up, guys? Got a special review today from another Apple product. We have, in coordination with my phone camera test, we have a review on the two iPhone 11s, the iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. What do I think? Is it still a good purchase in 2021? And how well does it perform? Let's find out. Start off here with the iPhone 11 Pro. Now this is the Max. So comparable to the iPhone 11 Pro, which is 5.94 inches with a liquid retina display, the iPhone 11 Pro Max is 6.22 inches with the liquid retina display. One thing I was very impressed with this phone is gotta be the bezels. I mean, comparable to the iPhone 11, the base model, the bezels are very nice, and it does have a very smooth touch finish, which I've always liked with the new phones. I wasn't too impressed with the camera, like the three spider looking camera, but it does the trick, takes some clear photos, and it's been pretty good to me so far this last year as far as quality, as I have previous to this video been taking most of my videos with the iPhone 11. It does have the single Thunderbolt port with no external audio connectors whatsoever. Now this phone does have some very good brightness as well, and you're not losing a whole lot of pixels on the actual display, which is nice. Now there are some new features with this phone, such as the widgets as well as the moving display, which I thought is very cool. Now if you go into the widgets and you're hitting the add widgets, it's nice because if you do have some stocks, or you want your Snapchat QR code on there, or even your Gmail on there, you can add the widget itself. And so this is nice because it's one of my biggest problems with Apple prior to this was how all of these Android phones actually had the ability for widgets, which was a nice feature, and the Apple did not, which just kind of bothered me. But now that they have it, this phone has just been great. So we've already talked about the fact that this phone does not have a external audio mic, just as the previous model. One thing to note though is that the speakers on the Pro, while there's no indication on Apple's website that they are any better, there is two speakers on either side, and I've actually found them to be considerably louder than the Pro Max, or the regular Pro. And the one thing I do have a bit of a complaint though with is the volume rocker buttons. And the reason why I have a complaint with this is because I just feel like they weren't grippy enough. And while the outside shine of the material is very nice, it's also very easy to scratch. So this is just after a year of use. You guys can see just how scratched up the exterior is. And coming back to the camera, again, I wasn't too happy with the overall camera on the phone. However, it does take some very clear shots. We will get to a test in a little bit of the difference between the iPhone Pro and the iPhone Max Pro for camera. But overall, like I said, I wasn't too impressed with the phone's camera, the way it just looks, the general appearance, and also it's very easy to break. So if you guys do have a OtterBox case, you'll notice that there is the exterior escape for the overall camera, and that's how easy to crack. But coming into the camera app here, you'll notice that it has some different modes. So they do have the slow motion mode, time lapse, video, photo. Now the slow motion mode is only currently available in HD. There is no 4K option for slow-mo, but you do have the option between 240 and 120. And if we go to video, on basic video, it can shoot 4K at 60 FPS, 4K at 30 FPS, or HD at 60, or HD at 30 FPS. One other cool thing that they added onto the iPhone, especially from last year, I believe they had it last year as well, is they have different modes that you can actually shoot portrait in, which is nice because, for example, they got a black and white mode, different colors, studio light settings, and just a bunch of cool features with that. I also do like the fact that on this this year's model specifically, they did add these nice motion wallpapers in. So if you just press your finger down on the wallpaper, you'll notice that it actually moves, which is taking me a second here because it doesn't always seem to work perfectly. But there, as you guys can see, this is a live photo I took, and as you press the button of the photo, it does move around quite a bit. So now that we have the two phones next to each other, there's not much to say for differences, except the iPhone 11 Pro has only 86 hours of battery time versus the iPhone 11 Pro Max, which has 102 hours of battery time. And overall, they're very similar. They both do have the liquid retina display. And on top of that, the main other difference that you will see is the size. Whereas the iPhone Pro Max comes in at the 6.7 inches and the iPhone 11 Pro comes in at the 5.9 inches. So I have in front of me the iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. As you guys can see here, just to get them open, as you guys can see here, we have the two phones. And what my overall thoughts are was I've had this phone for just a little over a year now, and I've been very satisfied with the performance, with the camera, with the overall touch and feel. And there's some minor improvements they could have made with the phone, such as the grip, which I've talked about in a few other of my videos, as well as the power buttons didn't feel as grippy, I guess if that's a word, as previous models. They felt really smooth. This phone has also been very easy to drop, as you guys can see here. Get that focused in for you. As you guys can see there. So I liked the phone. I mean, I think that if you are going to be buying the iPhone in 2021 and you don't quite have the money to spend on the 12 and you're looking for something a little bit cheaper, the iPhone 11 has been great for me personally. I have had zero issues with it, and it's one of the first phones, my own at least, one of the first phones that I felt comfortable with in the long haul, just with the overall display, the resolution, as well as the touch and feel. Just a couple minor tweaks as a recap here that I think they could have done a little bit better on. I think that they could have done better on the bezels themselves. So like very smooth to the touch, easy to slide out of your hand and fall onto the ground, as well as I think they could have done a little bit better on the actual appearance. I haven't been overly enthusiastic with the 3 camera heads, but I mean, I guess you get what you pay for, considering that my videos up until last week have been filmed on an iPhone 11 Max Pro. I also do have a display test as well for actual video footage. If you guys haven't seen that video already, I'd recommend checking out that video. I'm going to put the link in the description below. But I was pretty impressed with the iPhone 11. I moved from a Samsung, and I overall enjoyed the experience. Like I said, there's couple minor things that I would change if given the opportunity to. But overall, like I said, great phone. So that concludes our video for today. If you guys like our content, please give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. And as always, I'm going to be releasing a new piece of content every 2 days over the next 2 weeks. It seems like it's going longer right now. I don't know how long it's going to continue for, but just every 2 days, I'm going to be releasing new content. Thanks a lot. Thanks again, guys, for coming, and check out our bloopers. What is up, YouTube? Teck Titan back here. Fuck. Yeah, I'll get a large pepperoni pizza. Yeah, that'll be with extra sauce and light on cheese. Perfect. Thank you very much.